I think it's finally time to talk about Metro Boomin and Future's new album, We Don't Trust You. To do a proper album review, you gotta give it some time. You cannot do an album review a few hours after it drops. You gotta give it time to marinate. You know what I mean? You gotta give it time to marinate. Play it in the shower, play it in your car, play it with headphones or with proper gear. After said marination is done, that's when you could give an album review. Before we continue, my name is Rick's Movies and Music. So if you love the plethora of many music and movies just as much as I love them, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 200 subscribers within the next few months. Now, to give a proper review, I have to take you guys to see how I listen to music. Here's my listening process to a new album. On Thursday night or Friday morning when an album drops, I lay down on my bed, put the biggest headphones I got, put the volume on blast. I close all the doors, all the shades, and I lay there with my eyes closed and just listen to the album in order. It's just like watching a movie. You go to the theater, you sit your ass down, you watch the movie with no interruption. Some people listen to 2 songs and then they leave, or they hear there's a crazy feature on it, so they go straight to that song. You know what I mean? Play. No. The artist took their time to set up the album a certain way, and you need to respect that as the consumer. So I lay there, listen to the whole album, and that's considered my first listen. On that first listen, what I'm looking for is an experience, right? I'm just trying to absorb whatever data, right, the music is sending me. So that's the beat, the rhythm, the artist. From your first impression, right, you could tell this album is going to be fucking crazy, especially after you listen to it more and more and more. What I'm saying is you will be able to see the potential the album has. So after the first listen, I get up from the bed, I play it through a speaker. From the bathroom to the shower, all the way to the kitchen. By then, the album should finish again. So this listen is gonna tell me how the album sounds around the house. It's a totally different experience because now you're not so focused on the album. Can I play this album in the background? I'm listening to it, but I'm not focused on it. As a second thing, is it making me move? Is it giving me rhythm? If it's one thing a song needs to do, is to give you a certain vibe, a certain rhythm. Me personally, I put the beats, the mastery, the sampling over lyrics. I'm just not big on lyrics. That's just a personal thing. So for a song to grab me, it gotta have a good beat. It gotta have a certain rhythm to it. And then the third listen is the car ride. You have to play an album inside of a car while you're driving. Listening to an album in a car is a completely different experience from listening to headphones or playing it in a loudspeaker. First of all, the car is insulated, right? Much like the headphones, the first test, or the first listen, I should say. And it's also like the second listen, where it's not the only thing you're focused on. You focus on driving, so it's kind of playing in the background as well while it's insulated. This is one of the best ways to listen to music, because the cars have multiple speakers, so you're gonna be able to hear the highs, the lows, the mids very well. Now that you know how serious I take music, we can finally talk about We Don't Trust You. Now, on the first listen, there are really 4 songs that spoke out to me. It's Young Metro, Claustrophobic, Like That, Cinderella. For Young Metro, I love how the beat is moving. The Weeknd's vocals in the background, the way the beat is rumbling and running, the tempo, backed by Future's rapping ability and rhythm. It's usually like that for the second song in the album, right? Intros in albums usually slow or low tempo, and then they hit you with a banger on the second track. Now for Claustrophobic, much like Young Metro, Claustrophobic uses a great tempo and a great rhythm. And Future just knows how to ride that beat. And now we get to Like That. This is an extremely controversial song because this is the song where Kendrick Lamar dropped meteor strikes on Drake and J. Cole. I'm not a man of lyrics, but I heard the fucking diss the first time I listened to it. But we're not here to put fuel to the fire. We're just here to review the damn album. So, in Like That, Metro Boomin sampled Easy Does It by Eazy-E. And of course, he does it flawlessly. Me personally, I love a sample where You can't really hear the original, but it's there. You have to take something old, turn it into something new. I do not like samples that sound exactly like the original, but only a little bit is different. Overall, Like That is a good song, but it's kind of weird to me because it feels like Kendrick verse fit in there, but at the same time, it really didn't. It felt like he was rapping maybe too fast for the beat. I'm not sure what it is, but it was something feels off. I think Cinderella is the best song on the album, bar none. This is the song that's gonna, this is the second song that's gonna blow up on TikTok. The first is Like That, obviously. Future, Travis Scott, Metro Boomin were in total synchronization for this song. Another time those three were in crazy synchronization was in Travis Scott's song 3500. So apart from those 4 songs, right, the rest of the songs from the album were from okay to good. So now let's get to the not so good part of the album. First of all, a lot of the songs felt a little bit generic. It felt like Metro had these in a file somewhere back from 2019, 2020, and then he just put them in there. Overall, the album felt a little bit lackluster. It didn't make me go like, what the fuck? Metro Boomin is extremely talented. Like, this man is literally my favorite producer. I got Metro as number 1. Number 2 is Kanye. Number 3 is Timbaland. But that's for another video. Apart from those things, overall, it's still a good album, which leads me to believe that Metro and Future just released this just to get all the old songs they did together out of the way. And now the next one they're gonna release is gonna be filled with some new stuff, maybe some more features, right? Because I know Metro is not a generic producer. Like, he has a certain sound to him. Every producer do. He has a certain sound to him, right? But he can also make very different songs. For example, he produced Stay Flow by Solange, which is an amazing song, and the beat doesn't sound like his usual beats. He also did the Across the Spider-Verse album, which sounds totally different from all his other work. So, We Don't Trust You gets a 7.5 out of 10 because overall the album is good. Like I said, it leaves a bit to be desired. It did sound a bit generic, but the album went fast, is very much approachable, and they definitely have some bangers on there.